When you think about the most powerful tank of World War II, what pops into your head? For a lot of us, it's this machine right here, the King Tiger, a total beast of steel and firepower. But in this explainer, we're going to see how that image, while totally understandable, is also deeply, deeply misleading.
I mean, this is the perception, right? It's the final boss of armored warfare. You know, that ultimate machine that shows up at the very end of the game, and it just seems completely invincible.
You can almost hear it, can't you? This rolling fortress with armor so incredibly thick that Allied shells would just ping right off of it.
It was hyped up as the absolute pinnacle of German engineering, the single most terrifying piece of hardware on the entire battlefield. And look, that legend is powerful. But it's mostly just that, a legend.
Okay, so let's really dig into that last part, because the story of the King Tiger isn't really about it being the peak of armored warfare. It was the peak of something else entirely, denial. And once you understand that difference, well, it changes everything. To be fair, though, every legend has a kernel of truth. And the King Tiger's legend, it was born from its absolutely incredible on-paper stats and how it performed in one and only one very specific scenario.
And you can totally see where the legend comes from. In a straight-up, one-on-one fight, the King Tiger was an absolute monster. Its frontal armor was basically immune to anything the Allies could throw at it from a distance. Meanwhile, its own brutal 88mm cannon could rip Allied tanks apart from way, way out. For an Allied crew, a head-on fight was just suicide. Their only hope was to somehow, someway, get around to its sides.
But that's the whole problem, isn't it? War is not a video game. It's not a series of clean, controlled duels. It's a messy, chaotic, constantly moving system of logistics and fuel and spare parts and bridges and mud. The King Tiger was a machine built for the duel, but it had to exist in the war.
And this is where the tank's design starts to tell a much deeper story. The King Tiger wasn't just a weapon. It was a psychological statement. It was the physical embodiment of a brand new and, frankly, desperate strategy.
See, by 1944, the whole strategic mindset of the German military had flipped on its head. The days of rapid offensive blitzkrieg, that was ancient history. They were no longer thinking about how to gain ground.
Instead, the entire focus became purely defensive. How do we just hold the line? How do we not give up another inch of ground? And the King Tiger is the perfect physical answer to that question. It's an incredibly heavy, defensive weapon designed to simply not move.
And that defensive thinking created a machine that was just riddled with devastating flaws for a war that was all about movement. Its insane weight put constant, crippling strain on its engine and its transmission. It drank fuel at a rate that was just unbelievable. It was way too heavy for most European bridges. And if it broke down or got stuck, good luck recovering it. It was pretty much impossible. A broken King Tiger was almost always a permanent loss.
So, here's the really crucial point. The tank's mechanical problems, that was only half the story. The other, arguably more important half, was the collapsing industrial and human system that was trying to build, deliver, and actually operate the thing.
You get this fatal mismatch, right? As the machine itself got more and more complex, the system that was supposed to support it was getting weaker and weaker. Allied bombing was hammering production, shortages of raw materials meant quality control was all over the place, and maybe most critically, there was almost no fuel left for proper training, and very few veteran crews were still around to handle these complicated beasts.
And this is where the entire legend just completely falls apart. Just look at these numbers. A staggering 45% of all King Tigers lost were due to mechanical breakdown. Another 30% were just abandoned because they ran out of gas. Only 5%, were actually destroyed in combat by other tanks. The King Tiger's greatest enemy wasn't a Sherman or a T-34. It was itself. It was its own broken supply chain. And the Allies, they understood this perfectly. Why on earth would you risk a head-on fight with that monster's armor when you could just fight the fragile system that was holding it up? So they bombed its fuel depots, they blew up its rail lines, they cratered the roads in front of it, and a lot of the time, they just waited for it to grind to a halt all by itself.
So, this all brings us to the final, and I think the most powerful lesson that the story of the King Tiger has to teach us. Not just about war, but about how systems succeed and how they fail.
And there it is. That's the heart of it. When your whole system is failing, pouring all of your resources, your steel, your fuel, your best people, into one supposedly invincible unit doesn't save the system. It actually starves the rest of the system, and it makes the final collapse happen even faster. Every single King Tiger they built was a massive resource drain that could have been used for more practical, reliable machines.
So, let's circle all the way back to where we started. The King Tiger was not a superweapon. It wasn't a game changer. What it actually was an inefficient, beautifully engineered anchor dragging down a war machine that was already running on fumes.
This is really the most poetic and accurate way to see it. The King Tiger was a desperate attempt to stop the clock, to create one single, unmovable point of certainty on a battlefield where everything else was just falling apart. It was a monument, built by a system that knew its time was up.
And that leaves us with this final thought to chew on. The psychology that created the King Tiger, investing everything in one big, powerful-looking solution while the wider system around it decays, that's a timeless human impulse. It really makes you wonder, what monuments to denial are we building today?